What's up guys, this is Rise and welcome to another video. I managed to hit Legend live on stream just earlier today. I'm making this video just a few hours after the stream occurred. And yeah, you see it there, we hit 3017. I've got all you great people liking my tweet about it. Thank you so much for the support. And the team that we used to hit it was this Abomasnow Drifblim Shadow Machamp team. That's why I've got the team graphic that. We also did use this Toxicroak Snorlax Umbreon team to kind of approach Legend a few times. We got to 2993. We tanked back over 100 points. Then we got to 2992. We tanked back over 100 points. And we ended up reaching it on a 5-0, which is pretty cool with this top team that I suggested. One reason, because I had so much success, I actually had a 10-0 with this Toxicroak team off stream. And then as soon as I hopped on stream, I started facing a lot of like really hard counters. I saw like 3 jelly leads in a row, a lot of like Scrafty and A9 teams in the back. So I probably just coincidence, probably just bad luck. But in my own head, I was just like afraid that when I go on stream, like people were gonna see that I'm streaming and choose like a hard counter team to my team. So that's why I created these 2 teams, and that way I could alternate. And it'd be harder for people to do that if they were doing that. But I think most people are fair and wouldn't do that anyway. So just in case, as a measurement, that's why I created both teams. But you guys want to see the battles of hitting Legends. So let's get into it. So you see my elo at 2917. I'm going to have 3 battles here that help me get to near 3,000. And then we'll transition to the actual 5-0 that led to it. So we're in the lead here. Obamasnow versus Mew. I don't know what moveset is on the Mew, and he actually overheats me. And this is why you guys should follow me on Twitch. This guy Tyler Durden, that I'm battling right now. He was in my chat. I sniped him there with the Machamp. Before he gets off another move. He was in my chat, and I have my Toxicroak Snorlax Umbreon team, right? And he tells me like, hey Rise, I'm about to queue up, this is my team. And it's like Mew, Charizard, and I forget what he has in back. Maybe it's A9? But it like literally hard counters my Toxicroak team. So I'm like, okay, well if Tyler's queuing up, I'm Machamp. Okay, if Tyler's queuing up, I've got to come in with this team, because obviously my other team would have no chance. And we actually ended up queuing up, and fortunately for us, I was switching my teams back and forth. And look at these spicy movesets. Payback. It's a good thing we shielded. And man, get the icy wind off. I know he's not going to get to a payback, so I just can fully hex this down. And had the Shadow Ball ready for the Charizard, so a nice win there. That was kind of funny, because he was like, hey Rise, and me and other content creators will laugh about it, like, hey Rise, I'm watching your stream, and I'm running this team that completely hard counters your team, just so you know, but I'm not stream sniping. And I understand what you're saying, like, if you are running that team, you don't want to, like, I don't know. I'd almost rather you just, like, not tell me, right? Like, it's a weird situation. But anyway, we successfully shield the Skull Bash there, which is kind of nice. I'm over farming quite a bit. I did, like, 7 Powder Snows there, because I know a Surf isn't very threatening to me. I take it out with Energy Ball. In comes Ninetales, and it's Charm. I bait here, which is kind of questionable. Will we see a shield? Nope, no shield from our opponent. Now we go for the Energy Ball. We were going to get to 1 Energy Ball and 1 Weather Ball anyway, so he doesn't shield that one, which is actually really good for us. I'm down a shield. This Ninetales has energy, and he immediate swaps into Venusaur, and this was a huge mistake from our opponent. Our opponent was thinking he's probably going to have like a hard answer to our Ninetales. So he was ready to blind swap. He should have expended that energy onto our Drifblim. That would have put us in a much more difficult situation. But now we're going to be able to farm up extra here on Drifblim. But we still have to be a little bit careful, right? Because the Machamp doesn't want to see either of these Pokemon, especially that Charmer. We get the denial there, which is really nice. Fortunate for us. Going for this Icy Wind right away. I get both shields. He switches. I switch into my Champ. A rare situation where I'm switching my Machamp into a Charmer. I correctly shield the Psyshock because I have to. And I come out of here with a loaded move. And Cross Chop is going to be enough to take out the Venusaur, winning CMP. So a crazy game there. We were definitely fortunate. Not only did we get a denial against that Venusaur, but we also, our opponent, I've done that so many times. I've made the same mistake countless times where I've blind swapped and I actually should have just stayed in. And here's where you see the Toxicroak team coming into play. After I was like using my Abomasnow team for too long, I'm like, okay, people might be seeing this. So now let's go to the other team. We had a positive lead against the Abomasnow. We don't have an obvious answer for this Blastoise. I am going to bait here, which is a little risky. But I get the shield. And this should allow me to get to the Sludge before the Blastoise gets to its next Hydra, which is really nice. I go for the Sludge. I get both shields. And I'm going to swap into Lax. Definitely going to take this. It's really good that I was able to preserve all that health on my Toxicroak. Going for a Body Slam here. Body Slam doesn't quite KO. And check this out. The Blastoise gets to another move. But this, in a way, is almost better. Because it's like less farm potential. But I guess probably not, right? Because then the Abomasnow would have had to throw a move. Okay, so we're going to have to shield here. I snuck in a counter. And that counter is going to allow me to CMP tie the Sludge Bomb on the Weather Ball. And then there's a Jellion back, and that's all she wrote. Umbreon, say hello to my little friend. That's what Umbreon said. So, definitely fortunate with some of these team compositions here. And you see, I didn't record two of those battles because one, I had a paid actor. And one was against Felix, otherwise known the Nut. And he literally, it was Abomasnow into Meganium, and he literally top lefted right away because his team was triple weak to Abomasnow. And that's another reason I started running up this Abomasnow team is because a lot of people are running like Jelly Mandibuzz cores, and it kind of breaks apart that core. So you see 2992, and that was the highest we would reach that night. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. streaming, and we tanked back to 2800. We had a couple of 3-2s and 4-1s, so we get to 2944 here. This is a new dawn, a new day, a new life, and we're going for Legend again. We're going to see the full 5-game set here, I believe. So you saw that we had that positive leave. Obama versus Dragalge. So this is how I like to play the Deoxys swap. I actually shield the first move, and I only get a Great on the Shadow Ball. And this is going to allow me to safely take one more Thunderbolt and get a big Hex down. Because I know they're not going to like bait me with a Psycho Boost on the first one. So that's why I actually do that. That's why I go for, I shield the first, and it's going to allow me to like get a shield back here because I have all this energy. I throw my Icy Wind after 2 hexes. I'm trying to throw off my opponent's timing. Maybe he thinks we have less energy than we actually do. I go for another Icy Wind here. Don't mind me. I'm just going to resize the the phone screen a little bit. There we go. Sorry if that was bothering anybody. It's bothering me a little bit. And, okay. This is not great. I came in with the Machamp because I knew he was probably going to blind swap. I get a shield and then I swap. And now, after I did all those counter damage, all that counter damage, Obamasnow should be able to take out this A9 with an Energy Ball plus a Weather Ball. And I know Derek in the comments is saying, wow, Rye's so lucky with all these favorable matchups. But in this game in particular, like you're right, I was lucky with good lead, good swap. But if I don't play that secondary matchup with Drifblim versus DD as I did, if I just throw Shadow Ball and don't get any residual energy by not undercharging, I'd probably lose that game because the Charm 9 probably just 2 shields its way through the rest of my team. If I didn't have all that energy to get a shield from the Dragalge with my Drifblim. So it's not like, it wasn't as straightforward as you might think. That A9 is very tough to deal with for this team. So that extra energy was huge. Snorlax, very tricky to deal with because you have to respect the superpower. Superpower plus this lick damage pretty much one-shots Abomasnow. I feel like Snorlaxes are less inclined to shield. So I went for the energy ball. Unfortunately, he does shield, which isn't great for me. I'm going to respect the superpower. I don't want to get one shot here. We CMP there. I think it was delayed CMP. Weather ball coming through. Does some nice chip damage. I'm just going for this one right away at this point. I want to get off my move before he gets off a move. I get a shield. I get both shields, and then check this out. I catch a body slam, which is really nice. Or a potential superpower. No, just a body slam. And then the Snorlax is staying in, which I know what they're going to want to do is they're going to take this move, and then they're going to switch and keep their stored energy. In comes Mandibuzz. And this is why I like Drifblim a lot. Because you can oftentimes lure out the Mandibuzz. And when shields are up, Drifblim can win this matchup. Like if you play out the 2 shield, but with shields down, like I'm not going to be able to win this. So my goal is to just debuff this thing as much as I can. So check this out. I'm going to get off a second Icy Wind here. And you might be surprised what I do after this. I aggressively swap into my Machamp. Because I've debuffed this Mandibuzz 2 times already. So look, this Aerial Ice doesn't do that much anymore. And at this point, like, I wasn't sure where I wanted to expend my shield. But now, I'm just going to commit to a full farm down. And I've got all this energy to work with. In comes A9. I was able to live that 1 charm, which is really nice. I get off my Rock Slide. I know I have a Cross Chop loaded after this. I get off my Cross Chop. No charm sneaks in this time, which is amazing for us. I get it through. 1 counter takes it out. And kind of unnecessary because I didn't think I had totally forgot the health on the Snorlax. I forgot I had thrown that Icy Wind on it, so I thought it was healthier, and I was afraid I was going to get licked down. So that's why I swapped into Obama. But yeah, GG's there. Onion Frank, the next opponent, he's always super high in the leaderboards. We see a Galv lead, definitely an uncomfortable lead for us. I'm just throwing my Weather Ball right away. You just want to throw your Weather Ball right away here before you get debuffed. It's also the correct timing. But Galv is definitely tricky for us. I think we got the 1-turn pause of lag there, so it doesn't give us an opportunity to sneak anything in. Looks kind of funky with the visual. So unfortunately he gets off this before I even got my Weather Ball off before. So now I've been double debuffed. So I'm like a little bit scared at this point. Because now, look, that Weather Ball doesn't even KO. I'm getting off 1 here. He's just getting to the lunge right now as that last Volt Switch went through. I get the last shield, and check this out. He got greedy. Onion Frank got greedy. Farming down. And bang. We take a shield and switch. In comes a Poly. I'm not 100% sure what's in back. I think there might be a G-Fisk in back. But at the same time, I know how this matchup, Machamp versus Poly, goes. I know I can win this matchup pretty easily, especially up a shield. Sneaking a counter there, which is nice. Versus Drifblim, like if he somehow baits me with Weather Ball and like blizzards me, I was afraid about that. So I thought this was the safest play. And he might have not even had a Weather Ball there, but I didn't want to take any chances. He was either at 3 or 4, and you see him top left. So, like we thought, probably a G-Fisk in back, and our Machamp would have taken it out with counters and cross chop. Even if that didn't quite take it out, the G-Fisk would have had to throw energy, and by that point, Drifblim can take a Rock Slide and would have Shadow Balled it, so that was GG's. Searching for our next opponent. 29-44, I believe we're 3-0 this set. 29-44 at 3-0. We see a Shadow Granbull. Kind of spicy, kind of toxic. Swap into G-Fisk. And this is where the nerves are starting to set in, right? Like, oh my gosh, okay. I've got a hard counter here. But I'm potentially 2 wins away from Legend. I don't want to throw this game. So I throw a Cross Chop here knowing that he's still 2 away from the Earthquake. So I actually do no bubbles. And I get 1 counter through. I know this is only a Rock Slide. So I'm going to take it. And I've got all this residual energy for the Granbull, which is really nice. I'm going to do 1 counter to avoid the possibility of him sneaking in a free charm. This way, he only gets 1 free turn of energy. I land the Rock Slide, which is huge. And I barely get to this Cross Chop before I go down. This probably KOs from this range. Boom! Machamp takes out 2 Pokemon. There's an S-Cavalier in back. I was just kind of trolling here with chat. Like asking which Pokemon I should come in with. And we've got one of the hardest answers in the game. So our opponent, the only thing they could have done differently would have been play out the lead and try and win Switch. But other than that, we had him hard countered. As soon as he gave up Switch, the game was essentially over. Okay, we're going up against R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. R.I.P. to the late, great Kobe, the Black Mamba. And we're trying to hit Legend for him. So a bit of an awkward lead, right? Like you'd think this is a great matchup for Abomasnow, but because this Mandibuzz is running Air Slash, it's chunking away, and it's not super comfortable. So I'm making sure that I keep Switch here, and he was just getting to his Aerial Ace, so I'm actually going to throw my Weather Ball because I don't want to have to go down 2 shields. I get the shield, which is really nice. And I'm thinking Switch is probably going to be important. If there's like a Jelly in back or something. I'm waiting what's going to come in. It's an S-Cav. And I was really tempted to hard switch into my Machamp, aggressive switch into my Machamp to lure out something in back and keep that energy on Obama. But I decided the safer play is to just let it go. Since I have such a hard counter here, in comes a Jelly, like we thought. And I'm just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. I'm going straight for it. He knows it doesn't KO, so he might not shield. He doesn't shield, which is huge. I switch my Machamp into a Jelly because the Machamp is useless at this point, pretty much. And it can actually survive the Shadow Ball. I'm going for a Cross Chop here. This should be enough to take out the Jelly. It's going to have to shield if it wants to live. And like he kind of has to shield, right? Because he's got the S-Cav. He's got the S-Cav against the Drift. And they don't have Bubble Beam either. They don't have Bubble Beam. So I'm able to hex it down. And what was looking like a scary situation winds up going our way because our opponent tried to call an Icy Wind bait. They were probably thinking he's got to like bait. That's his win con. The win con was landing the Shadow Ball. And that's what we were able to do. We secured the 5-0. I had nearly 600 people on stream watching this, which makes it just all the more special. I'm a competitive guy, right? So sometimes I'm like, man, maybe if I'd have a better chance of hitting Legend if I, like, quicker, if I just did it off stream. But it was definitely worth it, even though we had a couple games where, like, we were running. So, for example, like, if you guys, I'm sure there's going to be some people hating in the comments on this saying, like, oh, just like using the excuse of stream snipers or something. I'm the last content creator to ever like assert someone's stream sniping. If I get triple hard countered and it's like a believable team, like that's just the way GBL goes. That's how it works. That's how GBL goes. You get hard countered sometimes. But I was running Toxicroak. I was running Toxicroak, Snorlax, and Umbreon. And I ran into a player who was running Gallade, Shadow Machamp, Surfetched. And not only does that triple hard counter my team, but that team makes no sense. It loses to like everything. It's like triple weak to Jelly, triple weak to Mandibuzz, triple weak to A9, triple weak to any Charmer, any Ghost type, any Flyer. So that's why I'm saying, like, I kind of switched up the teams a little, and it ended up paying off. You see us stalling here for content, and there we go. We hit the legend rank pretty early in season 9. I think I was like the 4th streamer to hit it, and there's probably like around 100 people or so that globally that have hit it so far. So it's nice to knock it out of the way early on, and now I can have some more fun with content, whether that's I don't know, whether that's just trying out new mons or spicing it up and that sort of thing. But thank you guys so much. If you want to see my reaction to hitting it live, go follow me on Twitch. Feel free to watch the VOD there, where you can see my thought process live, me interacting with chat, and me hitting legends. So thanks guys so much. I appreciate all the support, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Let me know in the comments what type of videos you want to see. Do you want to see some Master this next week? Do you want to see some Little Jungle Cup? I'm sure you want to see both, so I'll try and get both out to you. And yeah, all that said, we did it. We hit legend for the season, and hopefully all you guys can reach your goals this season, whether that's hitting ace or veteran or expert or legend. I wish you all the best on the rest of your season. Keep going strong. There's still so much time left. There's like over 60 days. So yeah, keep churning along, and don't get discouraged, right? I got to 29.93. I tanked over 100 points. I got back to 29.92. I tanked over 100 points. And then on the next time, we were able to reach over that barrier. Also, if you do go back and watch my VOD on Twitch, the previous VOD, the one before I hit legend, I was playing some GeoGuessr because my Q time's really bad. And I was kind of beasting it up on GeoGuessr, to toot my own horn. I'm pretty mediocre at it, to be honest, but I had some really good guesses. Random side note. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.